The Weirdest Laws in the US, Part 3 by Joe Santagato. We're gonna look at this. Last time we saw some diabolical ones, like you are able to just consume roadkill. It's legal in some place. So yeah, we're gonna look at what this one has. Also, please consider liking, subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll go in. What man-made horrors will I see here?
Jesus, alright.
We're already starting with Jesus here. That's cool.
This is part 3 of this series, and I think this is the dumbest one yet. I don't know how any of these things are real. In Ohio, policemen are allowed to bite a dog if they think it will calm the dog down. Why the f—
There's no way this is a real law. We start with this stupid shit right off the bat? What do you mean by what? How? What do you mean by a dog? That's rather interesting. What? I'll say, I'm pretty sure the dog would bite you back.
fuck would that calm the dog down? There's so many things you could do to calm a dog down. You'd fucking pet it, you'd say nice things, read it a lullaby before you bite it, you fucking moron. What are they teaching in Ohio? If someone's upset, just give them a nibble and everything will be fine. A baby's—
Ohio doesn't exist, so there's that. At least I've heard that Ohio doesn't exist. Anyways.
crying? Just give it a swift kick in the jawbone. It'll stop. In Arizona, you may not have more than 2 dildos in a house. Why not? What's wrong with dildos? Why are we only keeping it 2 per house? It's not in—
That's so oddly specific. Why? What? Why? That's so oddly specific. Why? What is that? That's what Poga does to his dog. Nope, my dog gets treats and fed and just all type of stuff. Why? Why? What's the purpose? What's the point? Birds aren't real. Birds aren't real. What? Why? That's so oddly specific.
endangered. It's a dildo, not a fucking bald eagle. I mean, I've never used a dildo, but I can understand a woman being tired of the same 2 plain white ones she got when she was like 17. They're like the training bra of dildos, very plain. They're not the cool ones. So she's tired of that, and then maybe one night she's feeling crazy. She's had like 4 glasses of wine. She's watching American Idol, and then she goes on her laptop, she goes on Amazon, and she gets a crazy supercharged one that vibrates. It's ribbed, and it's got like balls and veins and shit. It's like all lifelike. She shouldn't be fined for that. By the way, who the fuck is going door to door taking inventory on the amount of dildos on the block? Like, what the— In South Carolina, it is—
Imagine the police knocking on your door and being like, "Miss, we have heard that you own 2 magic sticks. May we come in to inspect?" Anyways, it is perfectly legal to be your wife on the courthouse steps on Sundays. What? That is crazy. That's oddly specific again. Why is that a thing? That is so specific. What? So interesting.
perfectly legal to beat your wife on the courthouse steps on Sundays. How delightful. Sunday morning, right after church, just head on down to the courthouse steps and take your day out on your wife, because apparently no one gives a shit. That's normal. And why the courthouse steps? Why steps to begin with? Do you know how hard it is to fight on a flight of stairs? It's pretty tough. You might twist your ankle trying to beat the shit out of your wife. So be careful. In Alaska, if you see a sleeping bear, it's illegal to wake it up for a photo op. Now here's a—
oh, this is what Pogo was doing to his exes. Nope, that I am German, so this wouldn't fly here. Yes, I guess taking a pic. I mean, you could just take a pic from a sleeping bear, and not wake up the bear. Anyways.
law I disagree with. If you're dumb enough to wake up a sleeping bear for a selfie—
And honestly, at that point, you kind of deserve, right? Natural selection, right? At this point, I think like you kind of deserve to get mauled by a bear.
or a Snapchat, You should be allowed to do that. That shouldn't be illegal. You should be allowed to do that because you deserve every injury that you're about to get. In Washington, a motorist with criminal intentions must stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he is entering the town. What, so a criminal has to call ahead and
Why? Again, super specific.
schedule a crime? I hate to break it to you, Washington. That's not how crime works. No criminal.
Yeah, there's like... So, yeah, I'm going to rob a bank. I'm just calling to let you know so I don't commit a crime. What? Yeah, scheduled robbery. Wonderful, cool. How?
Criminal's gonna call you up like, yeah, hi, I'm just calling to let you know that I'm on my way over to the bank on Main Street because I'm gonna rob it. I have 2 other gentlemen with me. We all have guns. I plan on shooting a couple people in the face. But yeah, I'm gonna head over there in about 15 to 20. All right, depending on traffic. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. That's not what happens. They're criminals. They don't follow the law. So why the fuck would they follow this dumbass one? In New Jersey, it is illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a murder. Why is
That is so odd. That is so specific. That has to have happened. That is so specific. It has to have happened at one point in time. It just had to, right? Because of how specific it truly is. Why would you? Huh? None of these make sense. Like none of these make sense at all, right? I guess like, I guess. Nah, I don't know. I guess the waking up a bear for a selfie is interesting because that must have happened because of how specific it is.
Who gives a shit what he's wearing? He just murdered a person. Do you think some guy who has intentions to murder someone is gonna give a shit about that? He's like, oh, well, I'll kill him, but I'm not gonna wear a vest. That's illegal. I'm not like a monster. In West Virginia, it is legal for a male to have sex with an animal as long as it does not exceed.
That's diabolical, bro. Okay, bro. What? What is 40 pounds? What is 40 pounds? What is 40 pounds, okay? Okay. 18 kilograms. In other words, it is legal in West Virginia. Also, okay, it's legal for 18 kilograms. Also, it's specified male. That means women can just do whatever they want, right? Because it's specified male. What? Yeah. West Virginia's fucked up. Bro. Why?
40 pounds. Can someone explain to me where they got 40 pounds from? Who the fuck negotiated that?
Is it like that's where like the animal's guaranteed to die? How would you come to that conclusion?
Why not make it easy and go, hey, don't fuck any animals because they're animals. They probably did say that, and then there was such an outrage in West Virginia that they had to like negotiate and come to a compromise. Like, all right, listen.
Now I'm scared to eat at West Virginia. Someone probably you get an animal with a filling of herd over there. You get a filled animal. You get animals with fillings. Wow. Yeah. That is just freaky. That's just fucked up. That is just fucked up, dude. That is just okay. Wow. That's horrible. That's miserable.
I'll give you 40 pounds, and that's all you're getting. Anything more than that? No. But Jesus, my dog's under 40 pounds. I'm never moving there. In Alaska, it is illegal to get drunk in a bar and remain on the premises. So you're not allowed to be drunk at a bar? Where can you get drunk then? If you don't want people to be drunk in your bar, then don't serve alcohol.
No. It's illegal to be drunk and then stay there, right? If you're drunk, you gotta go. Like you're eventually supposed to leave. I think that's what it means. I think that's what the context is. Not that you're like getting drunk in general, but if you're drunk and you just stay there and not go home once you can.
That's like getting kicked out of a pool for being wet. Alaska, figure it out, buddy. In Tennessee, it is illegal to share Netflix logins. Well,
Well, fuck to the Tennessee people. Well, that sucks. That sucks indeed.
Thank God I don't live there because I have Netflix, HBO Go, Showtime, Hulu, all that shit, and none of them are mine. And I'm pretty positive that like 80% of the people who are watching this now also don't have their own accounts. We'd all be in jail. These fucking idiots in Tennessee are paying for their own Netflix accounts. Fucking rookie mistake. Anyway, that's all for this week's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Comes out every Monday. It's called The Basement Yard. That bitch is on iTunes and Sound.
Podcasts. So interesting. Yeah, there's no law behind this, so yeah. The animal one is diabolical. Like that animal one, that is freaky. I'm not gonna lie. That is freaky. I won't lie. That one's pretty diabolical. That is pretty crazy. I do say so. That's freaky. I agree. That's miserable. That was horrible.